Hi everyone, it's Leanne again. How are you all? I thought I'd show you what I'm up to next, and that is I'm going to make a little book. The measurements are, and I'm using calico, and then I'm using an orange felt which I had left over in my stash to make the book a bit more solid. And the measurements are, you do 4 calico pieces, and each calico piece is 8 inches across the top and 6 inches down. 8 inches, 6 inches down. Okay, so it's 8 inches by 6 inches. Put felt between them. Now you need 4 calico or any material you like. I'm using calico because I have a lot of bulk of it. That I bought in bulk, and I like to use it. I love calico, it's one of my favourite fabrics. And then in between that you cut some felt. I've just got this orange felt that I've lined it with. Now this felt I got in bulk too, so that's why I'm using it. It's not the prettiest of colours, but it's a good contrasting colour if you have a plain colour and you want something to contrast, so that orange is good. And when you've done that, cut out your 4 pieces of calico and your 2 pieces of felt. Just cut the felt a little bit less than 8 by 6. Then you get the 2 sets together, pin them, and then glue them, or hand stitch them, or machine sew them, or bottle glue them, or hot glue them. So I've hot glued because it's very convenient, very quick, and very easy to do. Now I've done the middle one, and I'm going to show you how to do the cover by gluing it down. Now I've got the hot glue gun on, but I want to show you what I'm doing. Now on Michelle Pipeling YouTube channel, which is Ribbons, Roses and Lace, she has been doing a book called the Gorgeous Girl book, and I went on to Etsy and I bought some digitals. Now those digitals are very cheap to buy, and I think I paid $6.18 Australian dollars, and you get pictures of the gorgeous girls. Here's one of them. Now I've photocopied it on photo paper, which is the glossy stuff, and then I've put felt on the back. I had some brown felt in my stash as well. I had in bulk, and that's what I've done. Now that's the front cover, and she's going to have a beautiful little doily with her as well. I've done this one. Beautiful colours on that one, isn't there? Gorgeous brunette, lovely little girl. Another doily. I've done this one. Now what I did is they were big, the pictures of these gorgeous girls, so I put the size down to 4 inches by 6 inches, or 6 inches by 4 inches, 6 inches by 4 inches on my printer, so I could print them a little bit smaller because they were larger than this, because I wanted to fit them into that book, of course, the, what is it, 8 by 6 book. And then here she is. She looks like a little bit of Red Riding Hood, doesn't she? So sweet. Anyway, they're the pictures I'm going to use in the book. Now I'm going to do the front cover, and then I'm going to, in the book, do a pocket picture. Pocket picture. Pocket picture. And the end. So that's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do now is glue that front one to show you how I did it. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. All you do is put them together, and then you glue bottom. Turn it over and glue the other end. So I'll just get my glue gun. I'll just see if I've got enough glue. No, I don't. So I will put a stick in. Now I normally just stick the end of one and then throw it through so it meets up with the other one. Hold it for a few seconds and off I go. So glue it as close as you can to the end. Oops, to the bottom. Now when we put it down, just slide it with your hands because we don't want any big bulk blobs showing. And you can get that effect by flattening it. I'll just put my needle away. It's pretty simple. You just do one side, turn it over and do the other side. Very, very simple. You can do it very quickly, very easily. Right, there we go. Just take that out. So flatten it. Right, is everyone ready for the election? Turn it over. I've done my postal vote already. Because I can get to the polling station, but I always like to do a postal vote. It's more convenient, and I get a chance to not be caught up with the day in having to go to the polls. Right, just glue it all down, flatten it. The election has been extraordinarily long, and one wonders why, except it has to have some advantage to the Liberal Party in some way. But what I did was rang up my local Member of Parliament and asked her how she wanted me to vote. Now you can do this yourself with your local member. Ask them where your preference is. If you want to vote a certain party and you want to know who's preferencing your party, well then you can ring up your local member and find out. They'll let you know, particularly if you're voting for them, of course. I mean, you know. So that's what I did. I rang up, and my husband actually rang up and asked them who's preferencing you in the next general election in the upper house and the House of Representatives, is it? I can't remember. Oh, God. But anyway, I've done it and I've finished, and I hope my party wins. But anyway, there we go. So I've glued it top and bottom. There it is. That's the front of the page. Put your insert in. Now I was thinking about machine sewing this one right down the middle. Now these pages might get a little bit bulkier. I'm not sure. That one seems to be a bit bigger. I wonder why. Let me just check this out. Or is it because it's in the middle? Yeah, it's in the middle. When you do these books, you have to remember that there's going to be a bit of bulk. Oh, there we go, closed. And also these pages are going to be a bit short. So sometimes you have to put a bit of lace on the ends here to bulk it out, to make sure the whole book's the same level. Or the same size, I should say. Now, do you see how that's like that? Just go back in and glue it down. All the edges. I should have done that, I'm sorry. I was yapping, wasn't I? Now we glue down all those edges because it needs to be firm. It needs to be firm enough that it doesn't come undone. Now the weather in Sydney's been really nice lately after all that rain and those storms we had. For a winter time it's quite pleasant when the sun's out, of course. When the sun's not out, it's pretty cold. But I do love the cold, of course. I love putting the heaters on and the wood fire, and I just love the cold because you can always keep warm, but you can't always keep cool. That's what I've found. Well, that's just me, isn't it? Right, these ones seem to be all down. Yep. So there we go. There's the book. Now you may need to trim off a little bit here now and there. There's a tiny bit there. I might just snip off. Keep the book sound and squarish, so it's pretty even. Won't really matter because a lot of that edges, those edges, you're going to be covering it up. Let me just get the feel for that. Nope, that's fine. Okay, so there's our book, one book. Right, I'm going to start on the front cover. And then I think we will, I was going to machine sew it down the middle, but you know what, I think I'll just glue it, but I won't glue it just yet. So we'll start on the front cover. That's the insert, put that away. Now here's the front. Now the front, I might just trim it up a tiny bit just to keep it all the same. That orange is very bright and it might come through, so I just thought I'd trim the edges up. There's the front page. Yeah. Right, now what? Don't worry about these frayed edges here. This adds to the look of the book. Now you need your stick mat down, or your non-stick mat. And I thought I'd do a border around the edge of the front page. Now I thought I'd use this. This is just flat lace. I haven't used it yet. I thought I'd use it on this here, right on the edge. See, I might just chop this a little bit more because the orange is shining through, and I just don't like it. Right, let's see. It's not too bad now. Right, and what I am going to do is let, I don't know, half a centimetre drop from the page. So there's the edge line. That's the edge line. I'm just going to push it forward and give it about half a centimetre edging, just so it's got a bit more edging on the book. So I'm just going to take to that first row. So get any flat lace you like, it can be as thick or as wide as you like, and do the whole book with it. Now I'll do that, and then I'll stop and have to come back and do another piece for you. Now around the corners, I'm going to try something new. I'm just going to go this way, but I'm also going to kick up the corners, and I'm going to cut them like that and join them. See what it looks like. If it doesn't look any good, I can always take it off. Okay, so this is where we'll start, right here. Now I'm going to start right down the edge line first. I'm going to do that so I can see where I'm at first. Okay, So I'm just going to do one line here, get the bottom where I want it, about there. So I've got some showing, I'll show you. See how I've got some showing, like that. It's about 1/2 centimetre. Right, and then I'll just do the top as well. There we go. And flatten it out. Okay. Now we're going to have a look at these corners to see how it's going to go. Now I want it around the corner here, about there, glue it on, and I think that will be past it as well. So if we can get it for the 1/2 centimetre where I want it on the edge line here, 1/2 centimetre, I think that corner should be all right. So I'm going to leave it like that and see how it goes. Going to bring it back. Right, so I want it sitting there. That's it. And this will be up like that. Right. Now I don't know how that'll go. Maybe I should try it before I do any more corners. Let me just see. Might just push this down first, and then I can probably do here as well. Just put it together like that. Put some glue in it. Now let's see how we go. So just scissors down in the corner and just cut it together like that. You'll need a pair of very sharp scissors. Now keep these bits because they may come in handy for a flower or something. Now, you know what? That's not sitting too bad. Have a look. What do you think? Don't worry about these frays. I like them. They just add to it. So that doesn't look too bad, does it? No, I think I'll use that. Go with it, as they say. Now the same here. I'll stick up the corner again. I'll try and go around the corner. I want it about there. So let's see how this is going. About there. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do the corner like that. Stick back the material where you want it, or your lace where you want it. Stick it down. And go down there. Now it looks like we need another glue stick. Alright, so I'll put a bit of glue here and stick it through, hold it. Alright. Now I'll just put a bit of glue in the corner there to get it as close as possible on each side like that. Now let's try cutting it again. Put your scissors flat on the material and cut just like that. It sort of holds it down quite well. Well, it's something I'll be doing in the future. You can just see a few pieces sitting up, just glue them down. And includes the corners. Right, I'm happy with that. That turned out not too bad, did it? So as you can see, I'm just doing this on the outside of the book. I'm going to try and do it a bit quicker. There we go. Right. Turn it around. Now let's try and do these corners again. 2 out of 2 ain't bad. Let's see if we can get 3 out of. Come on, the end. Stop jinxing yourself. You can do it. It's not a technique that I often see, but I know Michelle Pipeling, I have seen her do that technique where she puts it around, flattens it down, and it seems to cut the corners okay. Just see, I've got to get that on the edge line, just there. Okay, now we just do the corner a bit, like that. Oops. Now pin it down a bit. Now I'll just glue the top of this part here, just to flatten it, to give it somewhere to go. And then I'll do inside here as well, into that corner, to make sure it sits flat on each side. Right, now I've got a bit of glue on me. Oh, it's best to get that off because then the things won't stick to you. Right, here we go. We're going to cut this corner again. Lay your scissors flat and just cut, just like that. I've got one more corner, and we'll do that as well. I've got to get the corner sit right with the rest of it. About there. It's not too bad. So do this corner. Lay it down. I'll just stick this top down. Make sure it's all the same. Then I'll come into the corner and I'll put some glue down so that it sticks to each side, just like that. Then we're going to cut it, put your scissors flat, and off you go. Now that one is the only one that I've misstepped on. Let's see, it's coming up a bit like that. That's okay because I'm going to cover both those sides. So, well, I'm going to cover that. So don't worry too much about it. I'm not. So hope you're not. Anyway, cut that lace off. Glue it down if there's any bits left that you haven't glued down. Just like that. Now I think that is not too bad. What do you think? Not too bad? Looks quite nice actually. I like the lace around it. I'll just show you what it looks like with the picture on it though, because I'll put this doily on it. I love this little doily. It's a beautiful little lacy doily. So sweet. And then I'll put the Gorjuss girl on as well. Now that's going to look quite pretty, but we'll do a little bit more to it, of course, than that. Now we might put some trim on it and some stuff. Now this book's going to be very, what's the word? Bits and bobs, you know, added to it. It looks a bit shabby, a bit cheeky, and it also has, you know, like it has these things, little strands of things, so it looks a bit shabby. And I think that that will look very, very sweet. So far, I think it looks good. But I'll have to go and I'll come back and show you the next step. Bye for now.